All right, it's that time of year again. It is time to do the what's in my bag video for the year. I usually do this kind of in the summer, like halfway through the year. We're gonna do it at the end. We're just gonna call this one 2025. We're just gonna do it late in the year. This one will go all the way till next year around this time. But this year we're gonna do it a little different. Today's video is actually the Switch Lite version. We're gonna do a regular version with a bigger backpack, but I wanted to do a Switch Lite version because one, I'm gonna start carrying a Switch Lite again soon instead of a regular OLED Switch. And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute if you don't already know. So we're gonna do two videos. They're gonna have some of the same things in them, but with this one, we're going for compact. We're going for small. We're not trying to have a full backpack. The Switch Lite is small. We're gonna try to keep everything around it small. Now, a few things I do want to tell you before we jump into this. One, I am going to be putting an OLED screen into my Switch. I was hoping it was going to be here by now. I ordered it a while ago. It's supposed to be here in November. It's not here yet. I'm going to live stream putting that screen in on this YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see that, you want to see videos about that afterwards, make sure you get subscribed. Also, do me a favor really quick, jump down in the description of this video. Check out the link over there to our podcast channel. We do a podcast over there every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, live. If you miss it there, you can find it on the podcast platform of your choice. On your way back up, make sure you subscribe to this channel. A lot of people think they are, and they're not. This is our bag. I have a lot of things to tell you about this bag specifically, and a lot of the contents in it. I just got a package in the mail from Ganky. You guys know who they are. They make the Covert Dock, the Covert Dock 2. They make a lot of really cool Switch stuff, but they've got a lot of new Switch stuff, and I gotta say, I really like a lot of it. A lot of it is inside this bag. I do want to tell you, this video is not sponsored by Ganky. It's not in any way sponsored by anybody at this point that I know of, unless you're seeing a sponsor spot here. But I have to say, a lot of this stuff is just great, and it's replaced a lot of the things. It's just a lot of upgrades. It's a lot of things that I used to carry, they've just done better. And it's all more streamlined and it all works together. But a lot of this stuff they actually have on a Kickstarter too. I do want to mention that. Looks like it's already, they've got their goal, so it's gonna be going into production. There's a few things in here. We're gonna get into it right now. First off, this is the bag. So this is the, I think it's pronounced the seya bag. It's basically a crossbody bag. It's a really nice size. It's not too big, not too small. It's got really nice straps. It's got these little straps on the side that kind of cinch tight. So when you got it across your body, it doesn't like lean forward, which is very nice. This one has a really cool little clip. It's like magnetic, so you kind of like slide it out instead of pressing any buttons, and it just kind of like falls back in. Very nice bag. It's got a water sealed zipper on the Switch compartment. It's got a pouch in the back. It's got a little area in the front, which I don't have anything in. Again, we're keeping it really light with the Switch Lite version here. So I'm gonna open up the back part of this first, because obviously in there, we are going to have the Switch. I'm carrying the Switch Lite, the Zelda Edition Switch Lite, and it's got the Skull & Co. grip case light on it. This is my favorite grip. I'm not gonna go into huge detail on this. I just did a video on some Switch accessories. I talked about this in there, and I have a full video on this thing from way back in the day when it first came out that I'll probably make a playlist at the end to put all the videos that do things in this bag. There's gonna be videos for everything, I think, individually. This definitely has one. I love this. Again, this is going to have an OLED screen in it, and it is going to be dockable right there. Obviously, it doesn't fit in the dock, but it will be dockable. So I'm not gonna take a lot of time on this, but let's just pretend for the sake of this bag that this is an OLED screen and this is dockable. So we'll put the Switch to the side, and then we will jump into the main compartment of the bag. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here, as you can see. You can see there is a good bit of stuff, and a lot of it is from Ganky. I wanna go over the other little things that come with this bag first. This is like a little, it's basically like a little bottle of glass cleaner or screen cleaner, and then the outside pouch here is a nice soft pad. You use this, you can spray your screen, little spritz, and you can just use the bag just like this and clean your screen like perfectly. It looks great. This is a nice little addition they put in the bag. Another thing that they put in the bag, which is great, is this little card. This is basically a GPS tracker you can hook up to any app that you use to track things. If you use an iPhone, you can hook it up to the Find My app. it's gonna show you where the bag is. So you don't have to worry about losing your bag. You don't have to worry about anything ever happening to it where you're not gonna be able to find it. This is gonna keep you informed. So if you lose this in your house or anywhere else really, and you know it's there, you can see it on the map, it's there, you just can't find it, this also plays a sound. So you're gonna be able to find it. It's gonna make a bunch of noise. You'll be able to find it wherever it is. This is a nice little addition. It's a wireless charging little thing here. So I wanna go to the next thing I have in here, not from Ganky. This is one of the only things actually in this bag, not from them, but I did get this in the mail from another company, and it actually does some pretty cool stuff with the Switch that we're gonna talk about in another video. That will be in the Switch, what's in my bag, not the Switch Lite, but this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack, and it's got a USB-C port, so you're gonna be able to charge your Switch, your controllers, anything else off of this. And if you've got an iPhone that has MagSafe on it, it just clips right onto the back and charges your phone, so that's huge too. This does everything. This is a nice thing to have. The company's called Antank. I'm gonna link this down below. This is cool. I really like this thing. It comes with some other stuff for the Switch, which again, we'll go over that in the other video. So we've got that. Oh, speaking of charging, this is actually a very cool thing, also from Ganky, the TurboCharger. It's basically, it's a wall charger for whatever. It's 100 watts, but it's got smart charging, so it can charge things in different ways. We got two USB-Cs on the bottom here, so you're gonna be able to plug two different things in. You can charge your Switch and, I don't know, your phone. You can charge your Switch, this battery pack, your Switch, a controller, or anything else you got with you. You can charge two things at one time, and it's got smart delivery, as I think they call it in here. So this thing is gonna put out the amount of power whatever you're plugging into it needs to charge. It's not gonna do anything crazy to your Switch. It can charge a laptop. It can do whatever you need it to do, up to 100 watts. And it's slim. This thing is so small, it just fits in one of these little front compartments right here, which is great. It takes up zero space. I don't even have it in there. I had it in the back with the controllers, but I could put it up front. It takes up hardly any space, and this is great, especially when you think about something like a MacBook. The charger for one of those, they're huge. They're big bricks, they're thick. I don't have one right here to show you, but they're massive. This is way smaller, takes the place of all that stuff, and it's got two ports. So that's very cool. Put that on the table. Next thing we'll have to go with here, I guess we can go with these are simple. I got some cables in here. All these cables came with these things. The lighter cable here is for something we haven't talked about yet. This one goes with the charger. It's actually a 100-watt cable, so if you need the full 100 watts power, you can do that. This is another USB-C cable that came with something else we're about to talk about now. And that is another thing I have in here, because remember, this Switch Lite is going to be dockable. So I did have them send me over their Covert Dock 2 to put in this bag to add to this, because this is all you need when it comes to a dock. Instead of carrying around a gigantic actual dock, and I do like the Skull & Co dock. That is another one I really like because it does have an extra little feature that you can use this thing in the back for a MacBook or something like that if you need a little dongle with some extra ports. This is gonna be it. The Covert Dock 2 is the way to go. It's got an HDMI port here, so obviously you're gonna be plugging that into the TV. It's got a USB-C port here, which you will plug, a USB-C into, and then this one goes into your Switch or modified Switch Lite in this case, and you're basically docked up. You just put the little prongs out, put it in the wall. No matter what part of the world you're in, this thing actually comes with all the different plug ends that you would need. So you can just change those out depending on where you're at. It comes with all of them. I only need this one, so I threw the other ones away. But it does come with everything you need. This dock is great. It's gonna let you do anything you need, whether you're using a regular Switch or, in this case, my modified Switch Lite. So we'll put these cables over here. We'll put the dock on the table. All right, so there's a few more things in here. I've got 3 more. 2 of them are the same thing, but I want to pull this out next. Also from Ganky. I'm telling you, everything they make it's just really good for travel. You've seen these videos in the past. I've had a lot of different stuff, but this is like everything you need. So this thing right here is probably something I'm not gonna use that often, but it's so small, it's so light, it doesn't take up any room at all that I just keep it in a bag just in case. This is the Shadowcast. So what you do with this is you're gonna actually take this and plug this into, let's say, this dock. That's how this works. Now, you're wondering, What does it do? Let's say you don't have a monitor. You don't have a way to play on a bigger monitor or a full TV, but you got something like a laptop, or you have a big iPad that you can use. You really can't hook those things up and use them as a monitor, but if you have this, you can. You can plug this into a USB-C cable, put this right there, then you plug this into your iPad, or you plug it into your computer, your laptop, whatever you got. It will take you to basically a web page where it pulls up a monitor for you, and it looks great. Runs really well, it works. I actually did a video on it. I think it was for one of their, I did it through a whole different thing. I did a video on this thing. That's how I actually ended up with this. They didn't send this one to me. I have had this for a while, but it works really well. It's awesome if you're in a pinch and need to use an iPad or something like that for a monitor. Just a little bit of an extra thing you plug into the dock there. So this is a very cool little product. They really do have you covered with just about everything. All right, and the final thing that I have in here, kind of from Ganky, but also 8BitDo. We're going with some small controllers. So I got this one actually in the mail from them with the rest of this stuff. This is a Ganky and 8BitDo collaboration. It is the SN30 Pro, but this is called the PocketPro edition. So it's got a clear case. A lot of the newer 8BitDo controllers all have Hall effect sticks. This has Hall effect sticks. The good thing about these are, also this is actually a newer version of this controller from 8BitDo themselves. This also has Hall effect sticks, so these match. They don't really take up any space. The good thing about these are they have all the buttons you need. They've got as many buttons as the Pro controller, including the shoulder buttons here. They've got 2 on each side. They've got sticks, a D-pad, all the buttons, home, capture, everything. And you're getting it in this form factor, which is great for something like this when we're trying to make things really really light. No pun intended there, but we're trying to reduce the room we're having to take up in a bag so we can use a smaller bag for the Switch Lite. That's basically everything I have. Oh, I do have one more thing. All right, so the last thing I have in here, and these are just what I'm using right now. I don't have any good, like really good earbuds. I had some, I think in the last one, that I really liked, but the batteries went completely out on them. They wouldn't hold a charge. So I just went to Best Buy and I got these Skull & Co. earbuds. I don't even know what they're called. I don't know what they're called. They do work pretty well. They've got a nice pass-through mode, which is important to me because I like to wear these things just around, but I need to be able to hear what's going on. They were about 80 bucks. They do have noise canceling. They've got all that stuff. That they hold a charge. They keep it for a long time. The case is obviously going to give you extra charge. They do wirelessly charge, so I can use this battery pack for these as well. These you can also actually hook up to the Find Me app, so if you lose them, you can track them down, which I lose them a lot, so that does come in handy. But that is basically everything that's in my bag for the Switch Lite version this year. Again, we're gonna be doing another one with the Switch. It's gonna be a full backpack. We'll have all the stuff I take with me for editing, everything I carry in that bag, but that is gonna do it for this video. There's gonna be links to everything down below. Some of them are Amazon links. If you use those, they do help the channel. Some of them are links to other websites, maybe the Kickstarter. If you need to go there, I'm not 100% sure. But they'll be down there. Make sure you check it out. Check out the podcast. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one. Again, I'm really far away from the camera. I'm gonna have to do something different. I'm gonna have to completely change the way I end these videos because I can't do it. Maybe we just like, maybe if I do this or something like that, Jeep can like push it away or like fade. I don't know. It's just whoosh. I don't know. You can fade it out there, do something funny.